people are successful and rich? The reason is because they do things differently. If you do things that everybody else is doing, you will get the results everybody else is doing. So be different. If you're going for a meeting, as I told you, you could give a referral. You could also give a gift. A gift could be anything. If I'm going for a meeting sometimes and, like somebody sent me mangoes, or, my friends have sent me mangoes and I have a lot of mangoes, or I might just I'm picking up mangoes from home, Alfonso, beautiful, delicious mangoes. I might just take 2 dozens of mangoes for somebody I'm meeting. Even if I'm meeting them for the first time, or a dozen of mangoes, and I say, it's mango season, I just thought of sharing it. I consider everybody to be my friend. And just that 1 dozen of mangoes, the beautiful aroma when they're sitting in the office, when they go home, when they cut it with their family, they tell their family, I met this guy, Yogesh Chabria, the founder of the Happy on Our Way, great guy. His wife tells him, great mangoes. Or the husband tells the wife, you got great mangoes. Who's this guy? Just that 1 box of mangoes. So give gifts. People hold too much. The more you share, the more you grow. So you could give a gift. You could give a sample. Your sample could come across as a gift. So anything you're doing, give a sample. It could be anything. If you're selling perfume, give a small bottle of perfume as a gift, even before the person buys. If you're doing anything, anything. If you're doing a program, give a sample. Give a sample of your program. If you're doing software, give a free trial. Anything. If you're doing anything, give it before. So before you get anything from them, they experience it. If you're a car dealer, give them a test drive. The way I told you in Sales Secrets, how they did it with the Mercedes S-Class. Give samples, because the more you give, the more rapport you build. I want you to do an exercise. Write down 3 ways you could give gifts and samples for your product or service. Anything, it could be anything. 3 ways you could give gifts or samples for your product or service. So some products or service, you might not be able to give a sample. Is fair, but how can you give something related to your product or service? So let's say you are a financial consultant, right? Or you are into insurance, or you're into consulting. Can you create a small product? Can you create maybe a 1-hour audio program? Can you create a video program? Can you create an ebook which gives them a lot of value? Can you make a small USB with a lot of information? If let us say you are into insurance, 7 things how insurance can protect you, or if you're in financial sector, some product or something that could be given away as a sample. What is it that you could give? Or if you're in consulting, 5 valuable things that are very important to select an EPC contractor. What is something that you could create? It could be an information product. What is an information product? Right now you're experiencing an information product, a program like this. Or an audio program, you listen to an audio program. Or a book. Can you create a simple sample, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour, where you can give them value and they also get an experience of your expertise. 30 seconds, I want you to write this down. Great, I'm sure you would have got it. I want you to implement this. So whatever sample you can give, whatever you can give them, it's called reciprocation. There's a powerful book by Robert Cialdini called Influence, where they discuss all these. Please pick up that book, Robert Cialdini, called Influence. Cialdini, I don't know if it's pronounced Cialdini or Cialdini, it's R-O-B-E-R-T space C-I-A-L-D-I-N-I, and the book is called Influence, where he shares a lot of strategies for influence, which is known by all the people. So I've worked with some of the highest performers in the world, and everybody understands this, and one of them is reciprocation, which I also shared in Sales Secrets. Beautiful way to strike a rapport with somebody. So you could give them a referral, give them a gift, give them a sample of your product, and immediately you have a connect, you have a bonding. And another thing I want to share is, don't do it while everybody is doing it. So I know a lot of times, so in India during Diwali, somewhere during Christmas, during New Year, people send gifts. It's okay, you can send those gifts, but send it on times when people don't expect. So for example, if you know when somebody's birthday, if you know it's somebody's birthday and you send them a gift on their birthday, beautiful, because in business, very few people might be sending gifts on a birthday. Or if you send it completely randomly, you say, just was thinking about you, this is what I did. So it's mango season, for example, send a box of mangoes. Just randomly, anytime, I picked up a book, just on any day. I picked up a book. I love this book. I bought a copy for you too. and send them a gift. It works beautifully. I have done this so many times with no expectation, I have no expectation, but that has led to immense business. Immense business. So if you were to put a financial term, like a financial value in giving a gift, the maximum ROI, more than anything, you're talking about 10,000 times. Because what is the cost of a book? 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 1500 rupees, 2000 rupees, the best book. But the return you get is immense. And I don't do it from a point of view of return, because I consider everybody my friend. So if somebody is my brother, somebody is my sister, somebody is my son, I like something, I read a book, I like it, I'll buy 10, 15, 20 copies of this book, send it to our clients, send it to people, send it to our team. Just small things like that. Or if you have gone on a holiday, when I go on a holiday, when I come back, I buy lots of gifts. I say, oh, I was in Paris, I was in Maldives, I was wherever, I was in Italy, I was in India, wherever I was in Dubai. I thought of you, I just picked up. It's a very small thing. It could be anything. I pick it up and I go and give them. And that builds, and when we speak, I speak about my holiday, I speak about my travel. And if you see business people, you see people who are really good at their work, correct? A large part of it is just building rapport. So we go for a lunch, we enjoy ourselves, we joke, we laugh, and out of that joking and laughter, we are not serious, for 1 hour lunch or 2 hour lunch. I'm not only talking about my product or service, or they're not only talking about, we are enjoying ourselves, we are having fun, we are building rapport, we are building bonds. And out of that comes business. We are building trust. We trust each other. I trust them, they trust me. I know they have my best interest in mind. They know I have their best interest in mind. And that's what you need to do to really build rapport. So don't give gifts when everybody else is giving it. Give it at unique moments. So if you want to give somebody a gift, okay, maybe the first time you're going, you could give them a gift. Or you could give them a referral. A referral is the best gift you could give somebody. You could share. So for example, let's say you're doing this program. Or you like this program, you could share some ideas. You say, this is what I learned in this program, and you start. Or is marketing, I meet somebody, I say, okay, this is what I'm doing, I discovered this new marketing tool, I'm using it. Or I discovered this new software, I'm using it in my business. Or I discovered this new social media strategy to reach more customers, I'm using it. Why don't you try it too? Beautiful strategy. And you could use all these. So whether you want to get customers, whether you want to connect with somebody in a company, whether you want to get a job, even before you're going for a job, if you can give value. So I tell this to a lot of people, even before you can get a job. And a lot of people, I work with a lot of students from IIT everywhere, and they want to get a job, which is beautiful. And I tell them, even before, if you get a job, before you go for an interview, and you say, sir, I studied your company, and I figured these 3 people can be your clients, and I sent them an email. I said, I'm going for an interview, but I connected with them, and these are 3 purchase heads in these companies, and I believe when I come to your company, I would like to share these and contact them so that your company's revenue can go up by $5 million. Immediately you break yourself from all the other people applying for the job, because even before you have been hired. So I tell people, before you want to get a job, select the company you want, select who you want. I'll share a story with you. How this works is, and it's all about karma. Karma is about giving. Rapport is about giving. If people know you can give more than you can take, beautiful. I'll share a story with you, what happened with me. So we just finished college, and one of my friends was there. Beautiful artist. He loved to do illustrations, And he says, Yogesh, I'm looking for a job. I said, okay. And he knew that I've been working, I can influence people, I can connect, because even in college, a large part of my time I would be working, doing all sorts of things, selling things, and it's beautiful. And he says, Yogesh, can you get me a job? I said, yeah, sure, but you need to tell me which company. He said, I don't know. I said, no, you need to be specific and tell me what sort of company. I know you want to do artwork, so you have clarity, but without clarity, I can't help you. So I want you to tell me, what sort of company do you want a job in? So he thinks, and in those days, billboards of CNBC had just started coming. He says, CNBC. I said, okay, I'll help you out. So I went on the internet and I found out who is the editor at CNBC, who is the main person who hires. And I wrote her an email. I said, hi, this is my friend. He's a beautiful illustrator. When you tell somebody beautiful, they start thinking that way. And I want you to consider him, he'll come for an interview, and give him based on his merit. Thank you very much. And I just wrote Yogesh Chabre, and below my name there was a link to my website. Very simple, and all the time, I believe everything is an opportunity. So even when you're helping somebody, let people know who you are in a very simple way. So Yogesh Chapre and link, and she replied, she said, yeah, please send your friend over. But I read some of your articles, it was so powerful. Would you like to do, you simplified the world of business and finance. Would you like to write a column on money control? And money control has millions of, readers. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? Of course. Didn't think about anything. I got that column. It became the most successful column on that website. Millions of people had access to it, read it. And then CNBC told me, would you like to do a book for us? And I said, sure. So I was 23 when I did my first book called Invest the Happy on Your Way. And it's one thing led to another. So everything, if you start giving. So this person got a job because he was specific. What I'm trying to tell you is, even if you're going for a job, before you get the job, if you can share something of value with them, if you can give something, it starts coming back to you. That's the simple thing of it. So that's what it is. That's what rapport is. I want you to figure out how you can implement rapport in every area of your business, every area of your communication, every area of your sales. And when do I want you to start? Right now. Check out this book by Robert Cialdini, which I told you, Influence. I know I'm giving you a lot of books, I'm giving you a lot of movies to watch, but all of this will put you, as I tell you, I want you to be in immersion. What is immersion? All around you, you need to be in this state. Because I've been doing this for 30 years, and how have I done it? I've immersed myself. I've gone in the depth of it. Don't be on the surface. Go deep inside, because the deeper you go, you'll grow. I also want you to look, I want you, before we end this today's session, I want you to do something. We remember when we started out, I shared with you the SUV model. What is the SUV model? The success utility model, where there are 4 wheels. The first wheel is mindset. As you know, your mindset defines success. The second wheel of the SUV model, again, very, very, very powerful, is your skill set. What are your skill set? The third wheel is BDSM, that's business development, sales and marketing, and the fourth wheel is action. Now, you, in the beginning, when you had done the free webinar, you had experienced some of those things, and you had written down numbers 1 to 30, if you recall. From 1 to 30, you had written down numbers. Now, I want you to once again go to that model and write down your numbers. Have your numbers increased, and by how much? So if your earlier BDSM was at, say, 10 or 15, has it gone to 20? Has it gone to 21, 22, whatever? Or if it was at 5, has it gone to 10 or 15? I want you to take 30 seconds and write down. Or if your ability to take action, has that grown? Your ability to have a mindset of growth and success, has that grown? Your skill set, at the same time, have you been improving your skill set? Have you started working with role models? Have you connected with role models in your industry who are considered the top 0.1%? Have you started dealing with them, working with them? I want you to take 30 seconds and write those numbers down. 1 being the lowest, 30 being the highest. I want you to do it right now. Great. I want you, whatever you've written there, subconsciously it has to come fast. Whatever you've written there, I want you to track it. I want you to observe how much you have grown from the beginning. And the more you observe, the more attention you pay to this, you will grow more. It's the same way in sales. You have to focus on your numbers and targets. Without targets, you can't grow. And I want you, as I told you, to have the highest target. So in that vehicle, if let us say mindset of yours is 28, 29, 30, I want all the others also to reach 30. That's how you move ahead. I want you to have targets, because, and I want you to keep tracking anything. Even if you're doing push-ups, let's say you want to start doing push-ups. If on day 1 you only do 1 push-up or half a push-up, if you have a target, maybe for 1 week you'll do 1 push-up, but after 1 week you can do 2. In 4 weeks you can do 4. In 10 weeks you can do 10. That's how it is. So I want you to have these targets for yourself. I want you to have goals. As I told you, I want you to look at your goal, your target, even when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, in the night. I want you to maintain a notebook like that. And another thing very powerful is to build rapport, which you would have realized I've been doing throughout. I do it all the time, is tell stories. Stories are a way to connect deeper. So anything you want to share it in the form of a story. It's one of the best ways to sell. Anything you want to say, share it in the form of story. Don't make it a boring PPT. A lot of you might be saying, Yogesh, you hate PPTs. Maybe I do hate PPTs. I don't know. But it works for a few people. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for master influencers. I'm telling you. The best communicators in history Whether you look at Mahatma Gandhi, you look at Reagan, you look at anybody, you look at the best anywhere, they don't use PPTs. They connect on a heart level. Because I believe PPTs take away from a heart level connection. Tell stories. So you can have a basic idea in your head. Maybe you can have a few notes, you can work your memory. But tell stories. Stories are beautiful. Tell stories. It could be the story of your life. It could be the story how somebody's life changed when they used your product or service. When you share it in a story form, so first they had a lot of pain. That's what advertising is, right? They tell a story in 30 seconds or a minute. Today you have advertising on social media. It's the same thing. It's storytelling. So earlier they had a problem, they had a challenge. You came in, your product came in, your service came in, and because of that, that's the basic elements of the story. So the first is the pain point. So as I shared the model with you yesterday of the pain point. So the first thing is your customer or somebody had a pain point. Your product, your service came in, and beautiful success. So share stories, learn to share stories. That's why I encourage everybody to watch movies, because the more movies you watch, the more storytelling you learn, and it's a part of your creative process, and enjoy it. That's the beautiful thing. So this is what we're gonna do for day 3. What I want you to do is go back after this session. I want you to see how you can implement Rapport in your life, what all you can do with Rapport, and how you can really move ahead. And I shall see you very soon. Best of luck. Keep selling, master the sales mastery system, work on it, practice, and have fun with it. Thank you.